Welcome back to Everyday Race. Today I'm here on this beautiful sunny day, about 80 degrees outside. I decided to start breaking down the engine that came out of a 2008 HHR SS. The owner didn't change the oil, and the engine pretty much ended up dying. So I'm going to take it all apart today, hopefully if I got the time, and see exactly how much damage it caused to the engine. Now I've already pulled the turbo out, and this sucker's screwed. The impeller is really loose, and it actually broke the shaft because let me spin the impeller, spinning it, and it's not even connected to the exhaust. So I'll try to take it apart, maybe in this video, maybe in the next video. I want to tear down the engine and see exactly what is damaged in this engine. Now I've already pulled the oil pan. This is a couple of pictures of the oil pan and the pickup tube. Ooh. And as you can see, the pickup tube was pretty much clogged up. So first thing I'm going to do is the plan is simple. Remove this is the bottom end of the engine. Remove the bottom end of the engine and take a look at the crankshaft and connecting rods. For me to do that, first I have to remove the timing cover, which would be on the front of the engine. I've already removed 10mm bolts, and let's see what sits behind there. Yeah, I got all the bolts. Alright. Where's the chain? Oh, look at that. Would you just look at this? This looks to be a timing guide. And yeah. So no chain. It actually does not look that bad. And it's got a water pump that's driven by the timing chain. Don't really like that. So let me go ahead. I'm going to remove the bolts that hold the crankshaft in place. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts per main, which is pretty amazing for a factory 4-cylinder engine. So let's get to work. I believe these are 15s and these are 13mm bolts. So let me grab the tools and get to work. Alright, so I've already loosened up the 15mm ones. So let me take them all out. And we'll have a look inside this engine. Our next step is to remove the 13mm bolts. Alright, so I got all the bolts out. I think I got all the bolts out. And now it's time to separate the upper part from the bottom part. And it looks like it's been siliconed from factory, so it's probably pretty sticky. So I'm going to be using my favorite tool, hammer. It's hammer time. Alright, so this is the upper half. This bearing's got a scratch on it. And this one's still on the crankshaft. Let's pull it out. I'll put it back in. These are pretty thick bearings. I don't think I've ever seen them that thick. Now let's look at the crankshaft. Crankshaft is not really looking that bad. I don't really see any damage. But let's keep going. Next, I'm going to remove these connecting rod bolts so I can lift the crankshaft and inspect the rod bearings. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at them. Looks like they're not numbered, so I'll just keep them together. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So let me get my favorite tool, my hammer, and just tap it slightly. Alright. Just making some noises. Alright. Number 1. Number 2. I see some scoring on this bearing. This one stayed on the together. They're whole. This one came apart. This one's got some wear. And this one's not too hot either. So alright, so next I'm gonna take the crankshaft out. Rear main seal. Alright. So as you can see, this rod bearing has a lot of scratches. This one's got some damage. And they're all pretty much beat to death. Yeah, this one you can see quite a bit of abnormal wear. Feels pretty smooth though. Anyways, I'm gonna put connecting rod caps back on there, keep them all together. Alright, so this is the crankshaft, and yeah, this side is all scratched up. This one's got some wear too. This one's not great. Same thing with that one. I'll have to take it to machine shop and see if they can measure it, and go from there. Next, I want to show you something. I want to check, make sure the pistons are moving around. Yep, this one's moving. This one's moving. Go back. And this one's moving as well. And one cool thing about this is they have oil squirters on every cylinder. It squirts oil on the piston to cool it down. That's a very cool thing. I'm actually pretty impressed with this engine. It's built like a tank for a 4-cylinder. So let me see if I can flip the engine over and try to pull the cylinder head off next. Alright, that was pretty easy. Ecotec Turbo. Now the valve cover has been out before. Just gotta remove it. And then probably gonna have to remove the cams to get to the head bolts. Hopefully they won't be hex. Hopefully they'll be like normal head bolts. So take this puppy out. Alright. It's not looking too bad, but you can see some sludge in there. Not a whole lot. The cams have a little bit of rust, but yeah, you can see. Shut up, bird. Sludge. Yeah. Alright, next, actually, it doesn't, it looks like I don't have to remove the cams to get to the head bolts. So, are they 15 millimeter? They are 15 millimeter. So next I'm going to remove the cylinder head so I can get to the pistons. Gonna need a breaker bar for this one. Pretty tight. Oh, look at that one. All kinds of crap on it. Now let's see if the head are separate. I'm going to be using the same tool. Not budging. Gotta double check, make sure. Of course, I see a bolt. Probably two of them. Looks to be a 10mm. Ooh, that smells bad. Well, it's not a 10mm, but it came out. Alright. Any more surprises? I don't see any more. Oh, the intake still bolted up. The intake's got a bar. It connects it to the block, and I haven't taken the intake from the cylinder head just yet because it was connected. I decided to keep everything all in one piece, so I'm going to take the bar off. I think it's a 15. Nope. 13? Yep. 13 mil. Ooh, I see another one. I see another bolt heading right over there. So there's a good chance there's one over there. Duh. Stupid. Where's that 10mm? Stupid. number 2. Alright. Last time, I swear, I'm going to use my hammer. Last time. Mark my words. There you go, she's moving. She moving. She is moving. Alright, look at that. Finally got the sucker out. Pistons. Those are weird looking pistons. Wow. These are very weird looking pistons. Yeah, gasket. Let's pull that sucker out. Come on. Alright. Next I'm going to pull the pistons out, take a look at them. For that I have to flip the engine and push them from the bottom. Alright, so now I'll flip the engine. And then push them up. Maybe one of them. Ooh, fancy, fancy. This is number 3. Alright, so next let's look at the pistons. This one just got some carbon on it. I don't see any damage. Just a lot of carbon. This one's this one looks okay too. I'll have to wash them and see exactly. I'm just looking at the sides, and they have a little bit of wear, but not a whole lot. Now this one, you can see a scratch right there, and the rings are moving. The oil rings are not that great. Let's look at this one. Yeah, oil ring is moving on this one. This is a number 1. I don't see nothing broken. They don't look that bad, but they're pretty funny looking. They're funny looking. I'm gonna go ahead and save them for now. And next we're gonna move to the cylinder head and see what that looks like. Alright, next let's look at the cylinders. So I'm going to clean them up. They don't look that bad. I can see a little bit of wear right in this area, the shiny area. And the rest of them, this one looks a little damaged. Let me feel it. I can feel the ridge. Might be able to fix that. Not too bad, except for that one. It might be from the engine sitting for a long while. It's not bad. I'll have to take it to a machine shop and go from there. Alright, so now I'm gonna look at the cylinder head. Alright, next let's look at the cylinder head. And I don't really see any damage, surprisingly. Wow. Oh, look at all that carbon. Look at all that carbon. What I'm interested to see, since it's a turbocharged engine and it's direct port injected, should be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. Injectors sprayed directly into the cylinder head. I want to see what the intake valves look like. So for that, I'm going to remove the intake manifold so I can take a look at the intake valves and see how much crap they have on them. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so from the look of it, it looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. Should be 8. Should be more, but We'll pull all those out and see if the intake comes out. Before I do that, I'm going to pull this bolt out so I can disconnect this piece from the intake manifold, because it almost looks like it's either a high pressure fuel pump or a pressure regulator, one or the other, but it's got to stay together. It looks like it's driven by the camshaft possibly. So I'm not familiar with this engine. I'm just gonna unbolt it. It looks to be 10 millimeter. Okay, looks like 17. Gonna save that. Alright, so I've removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. For some reason I think there's got to be one behind it, behind the fuel rail, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll be damned. I think I was wrong. Let me pull this sucker off. Oh, there's one more bracket, right? One more bracket right here. It looks like a 10 millimeter. Is it gonna come out? Is it? Came out. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Alright. Alright, now let's see. I can't see the valves. Let me get some light in there. Hopefully we can see something. Alright, can you see anything? I can sort of see. I see a bunch of stuff on them, but not as much as I thought I was going to see. This one's got water in it, so is that one. But they're not that bad. I mean, they do have some stuff on them. Yeah. Not as bad as they showed on television. Let's look at this one. This is a really good view. Let me try to flip it. Yeah, they have some stuff on them. That's alright. Look at this. Look at these injectors. Look at this fat rail. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna keep them with the cylinder head for now. So I think that's pretty much gonna cover it. If you guys see, if you guys want to see me take the turbo apart or pull the cams out and yada yada yada, you know, just comment, and if I got some time, I'll take it apart and see if there's any more damage. I don't think I think besides the rust and it don't look too bad for not doing oil changes. I've seen a lot worse damage. So that's all for now, folks. I'll see you later.